I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this and I will take that ride home.
At 600cc Performance, our roots run deep in CC racing. A leader in fuel injection, dyno tuning, wiring, and diagnostics. With over 15 years of experience in building and tuning, you can count on us to get you to the winner's circle. Whether it is diagnostics, sales, or service, 600cc Performance is your source for everything CC racing. Find out more at 600ccperformance.com. If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. This Independence Day weekend, kick your party off with a bang. DeWeather Center presents the first annual DeWeather Cares Charity Softball Classic presented by the National Racing Network. The Palmerton Boobies, DeWeather Center Bluecocks, Blue Mountain I-95ers, Pocono Front Platers, Schuylkill County Crackers, Reading Nurses, Catasauqua Blue Tits, and Beltsville Lake Monsters will take the field in Emerald. Find out more on Facebook at DeWeather Center. DeWeather Center, offensively accurate. If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to North Wilkesboro Speedway, Moonshine Country. Tonight, it's the third round of the 2021 season number 2 for the iRacing Sprint Car Cup. My name is Chris Graham with the National Racing Network. It is a pleasure to have you joining us this evening. North Wilkesboro Speedway was on NASCAR's Cup Series schedule from its first season in 1949 until 1996, with a unique configuration that sees the front stretch run downhill and the back stretch uphill. This 5/8 mile raceway will present a challenge to the drivers lap after lap. While both ends of the speedway are banked at 14 degrees, the groove in turns 1 and 2 varies from the very bottom of the racetrack up towards the middle of the corner, while turns 3 and 4 will see the entire field run right along the curb at the inside of the racing surface. Qualifications just getting underway here for the sprint cars, and while they're out turning laps and getting qualified, we want to get some thank yous in here to the folks who help make all of our race broadcasts possible, including the fine folks at Hot Shoe Racewear. Make sure you check them out online at hotshoeracewear.com. Give Alan Grace and his whole team a shout and let them know that you heard about them right here on the National Racing Network. Also, need to thank Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey for all of their support throughout the years as well. Couldn't ask for a better partner in this one. And finally, the McConey Setup Shop is your home for iRacing setups and the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports, fielding the numbers 46 and 90 in the Coca-Cola iRacing Series of Jimmy Mullis and Zach Novak. With everything from the Legends to the Cup cars, they've got you covered. Dirt setups for late models, modifieds, midgets, and wing sprints are available as well. Head on over to McConeySetupShop.com today. You can't beat the best, so don't settle for the rest. As the qualifications get wrapped up here, let's show you the championship standings here. Heading into tonight's race, Ryan Sellers is your points leader. 303 markers is his total. On the strength of 4 starts, 3 top 5 finishes, an average finish of 4th. He does have 1 pole this season. Spencer Steinman at 272 points, about the same line score across the board as the championship leader. Jeffrey Stanton, Alex Ryans, Joe Adams, your top 5, 6 through 10. Stephen Mastro, Brian Payne, Justin Critelli, Steven Spears, and Jim Vig. 1 week ago, we were at the South Boston Speedway where Jeffrey Stanton picked up the win. Two splits of cars going to be racing tonight. We have 15 in the top split, and there's actually a second split with another 15 cars in it. A lot of familiar names that we saw last night and especially last week here in the sprint cars. And I want to remind everybody, if you're watching on Facebook, you can comment with stars to show your support of our hard work. And that's really the only way that we're monetizing these Sprint Car and Silver Crown broadcasts. So we appreciate the community's support on that one. We'll get your comment up on the screen, give you a shout-out as well, but for the most part, we try to give you those one way or the other. If you're watching on Twitch, send us your picks to win tonight here in Moonshine Country. We're looking forward to this one. 55 laps the distance. And if you like our coverage, make sure you like and subscribe and get us your comments there as well. We can get them up on the screen for you. Let's get you the upcoming schedule here for the sprint cars. Next week, we head to Lanier National Speedway, Brazelton, Georgia. Then a trip all the way up the eastern seaboard to Stafford Motor Speedway in Connecticut. And then we head back down to the Mid-Atlantic for Langley Speedway. Tell you a little bit about the cars here. These are a stock block pushrod engine, 410 cubic inch V8s onto the hood, making 820 horsepower. It's a direct drive transmission and a power to weight ratio that rivals a modern Formula One car, which is pretty incredible. At only 1,475 pounds and 90 inches, these things are a beast to handle. 650 plus pound-feet of torque is pretty crazy, quite frankly. We hope to have a couple of drivers in here that we can talk to over the course of the night. Field getting ready to grid up. Let's get you the rules of the road and the race format here real quick. 55 laps the distance. Tonight cautions are on, but the laps do not count. Restarts will be single file. Lap cars heading to the back. There's one attempt at an overtime green-white checkered finish. Just waiting on a couple of cars to get in to their assigned grid positions. Let's get you the starting lineup. Spencer Steinman going to be your quick timer at a 16.548 seconds. 15 1,000ths back to Florida's Dan Smith in the second position. Ryan Sellers out of Indiana will line up third into his outside in row number 2. The 14 of Kenneth Carlson. David Kolb from Ohio and Ron Quinzel from Florida will make up row number 3. Row 4 will have Jeffrey Stanton and Joe Adams. Row number 5, Connor Rockwood and Jim Vig. Brian Payne and Nicholas Johnston in row number 6. Row 7 will have Zane Scott from Ohio. In the Midwest's Chris Janke. And William Guess is going to round out the field here tonight. Those final 2 cars of Janke and Guess not able to set a time in qualifications. Field's going to be rolling off here in just a second. Great look at the field as they roll down the front stretch and into turns 1 and 2. You see very aggressive tire weaving going on here. Trying to get as much heat built up into these Hoosier tires as possible. So let us know in the comments who's going to be your pick tonight here in Moonshine Country, Wilkes County, the home of purebred stock cars. In fact, an interesting kind of fact here. North Wilkesboro, at least to the best of our research, has never hosted anything but full-bodied stock cars. A couple of races for the NASCAR convertible division, but even the NASCAR modified tour has not run here at North Wilkesboro to our knowledge, so pretty interesting tidbit of history going on there as field makes their way off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Green flags in the air. We're underway here at Wilkesboro. Steinman able to grab the quick lead into turns 1 and 2. Sellers and Smith going to battle side by side off the corner. Give that spot to Ryan Sellers. Sounded like one car having an issue towards the back of the pack just a little bit. Working lap number 2, we'll slide back in the field, pick up the battle for the 4th position between Kenneth Carlson and David Kolb. Carlson having to work the outside line. It's the slow way around turns 3 and 4, but it does set you up for a big run down the front stretch. Carlson overcooks it into turns 1 and 2, though. That's going to give Dan Smith the spot pretty easily. Field settling in just a little bit. We'll slide back here just a couple of spots, pick up Jeffrey Stanton. He's catching up on Kenneth Carlson as they make their way through 1 and 2. Everybody's starting to work that high groove. It's going to be the easiest way to baby the tires off just a little bit. They do have an extra set in the pits, but if you got to pull into the pits, you're going to be in a world of hurt. About the only tire you could conceivably change and not lose a lap, even under caution, is if you were to change a right rear. Pull up the comment, Mike Slater saying, Tony McCann, I'm not in this one. I'm in the lower split time race. Yeah, pretty surprising, quite frankly, to see 2 splits of sprint cars. That is so cool that hopefully we're helping a little bit in the growth of the series here. Caution, flag gonna fly. Trouble on the racetrack. Take a look here and see if we can find who that was. May have been an issue for Zane Scott as we bring up the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. Scott got a great run down the straightaway. Contact with the 2. Oh, what a vicious ride that one was. Let's get you the onboard there from Zane Scott, show you what happened. He comes off a turn at number 2. He got a great run on the 2 of Connor Rockwood. Tiniest bit of contact was all it took. Tumbles, pirouettes, and unfortunately does not stick the landing. So he's going to have to tow back into the pit area. There is your race leader, Spencer Steinman. He'll have Ryan Sellers, Dan Smith, David Kolb, and Jeffrey Stanton lining up behind him on the restart. Pretty sure we're going to see the caution lights go out on the 2021 generic iRacing safety car. Sort of looks like a BMW at the back. An ugly knockoff of a Tesla at the front. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Fielder make their way off of turn number 4. Pace car pulls in, fields under the control of Spencer Steinman. Green flag's out. We're back underway. Lap number 10 already on the scoreboard. Steinman out to 4/10 of a second lead. Slide back through the field here. Pick up Jeffrey Stanton. He's going to start to look to the inside of David Kolb. That's the battle for the 4th position. Pretty tight group of cars back behind them as well. They're going to be led into the corner by the 8 of Ron Quinzel. Actually, Kenneth Carlson right there at the head of that group as well. Carlson falling back into the clutches of them. Jim Vig, Nicholas Johnston there. Johnston had an absolute crusher in the race last night, the Silver Crowns at Homestead Miami Speedway. Trying to do a little bit of redeeming, taking revenge, I guess we'll say it that way. He really got caught out of an incident that was not of his doing. Nice pass to the inside by the 14 of Carlson on Quinzel. What do you think, folks? Let us know in the comments. How about what do you want to say, $100 to win, little 500? I know we don't have Anderson Speedway here on the iRacing platform, but what do you think? Southern National maybe? That one's probably going to be the closest to Anderson, I would think. 500 laps for the sprint cars around Southern National. That would be absolutely epic. This battle continues to rage on. It's going to be Jim Vig and Joe Adams just on his back bumper. That duel continues. But we got to fight for the race lead heating up as well here. Spencer Steinman and Ryan Sellers going to do battle. Show you the difference in the lap times. They're pretty close to each other. Within about a tenth all the way across the board here over the last 5 laps or so. Battle's a good one back there for the 4th and 5th position. We're going to stay right here as Sellers looks to the inside of Steinman off at 2 and down the back straightaway. Just isn't quite able to keep that momentum up. Steinman is so good on corner exit. It's almost like Steinman's really backing the corner way up and trying to save his tires, but oh man, Sellers, big wiggle down the back straightaway. He's going to make the move inside of 3 and 4. Drag race to the line. Steinman had it that time. But Sellers is right there with them through the corners. Let's take a look and go on board here with Ryan Sellers. Watch the hands in this car. Well, caution flag is out just as we say it. The curse of the announcer strikes and the yellow flag going to be out on the racetrack. Pulled up here may have been trouble for Jim Vig. Let's see what happened here to the number 7 Advanced Auto Parts entry. Oh, he just clips the outside wall and goes for a wild tumble. He starts flipping into corner number 3. Fantastic job on the landing. The Russian judge gave it an 8, but he's going to have to tow himself back into the pits. Get you one more look at that one from the roll bar camera. Wait a minute. Let's try this one again. But from the gearbox of that car, may have been a little bit of contact. At least we'll see here down the back straightaway. Now, the 10 wasn't close enough to get to him, but oh, man. Fantastic landing for Jim Vig, but unfortunately, it's going to put him pit side here, and he's going to join Connor Rockwood, Chris Janke, and Zane Scott on the list of cars that are currently in the pit area. Rockwood, Janke, Vig, and Scott not turning laps. Everybody else on the lead lap. Still 11 cars on the racetrack. Just a couple of laps short of the halfway point. Lights are out on the iRacing safety cars, so see if we get another caution here. We may try to talk to Jeffrey Stanton. We do see him here. Pace car is in. Lap number 23. Going to go on the scoreboard this time. And what a start for Spencer Steinman. Holy cow. He's out to a huge lead. Ryan Sellers going to hold on to second. Here comes Stanton looking to the inside of Kolb through 3 and 4. You get such a nasty push because the exit of turn number 4 is still sort of uphill as you're coming out of the banking, but it's making the transition to the downhill front straightaway. It is so easy to push in an absolutely monumental way there. As we see Kenneth Carlson coming around. Excuse me, that was Nicholas Stanton coming around. 14 to Kenneth Carlson. Carlson going to be all over the back bumper as they start to make their way into turns 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, the gap opens up just a little bit, but now Stanton climbing all over the tail tank of David Kolb down the back stretch. So let's try this one again. Let's see if we can't go on board here. Like we say, keep an eye on the hands here as we go on board with Jeffrey Stanton. So cool how at no point around this racetrack do the hands get still, catching the slide as the car starts to back out down the front straightaway. Oh, big wiggle on corner exit there. Now past the halfway point, working lap number 32. The gap for the lead is closing back in, and it's not just Ryan Sellers that's coming to the party. He's bringing Dan Smith with him. Smith not even in our broadcast top split race 1 week ago. It'll be a tough points night for some of these drivers. Smith thought about going to the outside. They're also going to be battling with Connor Rockwood, who is a lap car. Connor spending an extended period of time on pit lane. 22 plus seconds, in fact, was the amount of time here. Get you the exact number on it. 22.23 seconds on the pit stop. May have actually been a tire change. We saw this last night in the Silver Crowns, and they're going to do it again tonight in the sprint cars. Sellers looks to the outside. Steinman able to hold that inside lane. Big wiggle there out of Sellers, but he may have just enough to come around Spencer Steinman down the front straightaway. We'll have a new race leader, Ryan Sellers, as they get to the line. Dan Smith right there with them as well. Dealing with a lap car, Connor Rockwood has allowed the top 5 to close in completely, in fact. We're looking at a total gap of less than a second back there to 5th place. And
That's going to be a good battle. Stanton looking inside a Kolb as we work lap number 41. And at the rate they're ticking laps off here, we may not get a chance to do this one again. So how about it? One more chance. Y'all can crank it up. That sounded like a big hit. One hard into the outside retaining wall. Caution flag is going to come out. That was Spencer Steinman that crashed. Oh, what a heartbreak for Spencer Steinman. Take a look at the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. Steinman running in the second position. Oh, just a little bit too much throttle. Hard contact into the outside retaining wall. And Steinman in the Cody Swanson throwback paint scheme is going to have to head pit side. What a tough break. Matt Pilas, we pulled up the comment here. So we'll blame the curse of the announcer on you. Steinman is showing why winning the pole is crucial. So hard to pass in this car. Sellers is quicker, but Steinman has done great keeping him back. Not easy holding Sellers off. Yeah, that was absolutely what we were seeing. Sellers was absolutely a faster car. That completely changes up the complexion of this one. Spencer Steinman, who will have led the most laps in this one when the timing and scoring is done counting at the end of the night, currently pit side. And he is ticking well over, I believe, 1 minute's worth of repairs at this point. Yeah, 1 minute, 20 seconds and counting for Spencer Steinman. Now, with the caution laps not counting, I don't think he's going to be losing laps here. But he's going to have to hope that the car is fixed in time to get out of the pits. And he should come back out on the tail end of the lead lap, because they're going to restart on lap number 42. Lights are still on the iRacing safety car. Let's see if we can't pull up Jeffrey Stanton here real quick. Jeff Stanton, Chris Graham in the NRM booth. You have us.
I hope. My mic's kind of messed up.
Yep, we got you, buddy. You're down to just a handful of laps left to go here and getting ready to go back to green. Do you have anything for him to get to the front?
I'll try. I'm telling you on entry real bad, so I'm just going to try to play it by ear here and see what I can do. I can't really get that outside working like I like to, so I'm just too loose off exit. So I guess my main hope is try to dive bomb in a 3, but who knows.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck. We'll drag you back up here out of the room so you don't have to listen to me run my mouth. Lap number 44 will go on the scoreboard this time. Sellers got the big jump that Stanton got last time. He's not going to be able to hold that huge advantage off the corner. Here comes Stanton looking to the inside. He talked about the dive bomb. Not quite close enough to David Kolb to make the effort here. A couple of cars going around. We're going to have another caution flag. Looks like that may have been Kenneth Carlson having an issue. Take a look here and see what the Hot Shoe Racewear Instant Replay shows us. Keep your eye on that number 14. Tried the big move on corner entry. Oh, he just clipped the curb a little bit. That spins him around. hard contact with another car there as well. Looks like that may have been Jim Vig that was involved there. Not totally sure on that one, but just a spin with a little bit of contact. But now at the rate we're going here, not that many cars going to be left running at the finish here. Still have 10 cars on the lead lap. Connor Rockwood being scored 1 lap down. Spencer Steinman, I believe, is going to be scored out of the race. Because it looks like his car is not currently running. Jim Vig and Chris Janke still turning laps as well. Those cars multiple laps down to the race leader, though. Janke and Vig both 21 laps down. Rockwood only 1 lap down. William Guess is on the pit lane right now, and that's why you see him sliding through the running order. It's basically where his pit stall is. So Guess still not turning any laps here. And what do you think, folks? Let us know in the comments. Does anybody have a shot at getting Ryan Sellers here? Is it going to take the big dive bomb into turn number 3 to get the pass completed? We'll find out here in just a short handful of laps. Well, we'll say 2 handfuls. It's going to be 10 to go when they get to the start-finish line. Lights are out on the iRacing safety car. It'll pull in. Sellers going to back the field up. He jumps on the loud pedal and gets the 8-car length advantage into 1, but Smith able to close that right back up on corner exit. Stanton slides a little bit high off the corner. He's going to have Nicholas Johnston looking to his inside. Oh, hard up into the outside wall. That's going to bring out a caution flag. And I believe that was Nicholas Johnston. Let's take a look here. Get you the Hot Shoe Raceway instant replay. Tough break for Johnston. He was inside of Stanton. The car got a little bit of a wiggle loose on corner exit. Good Lord, that car is still bouncing. Lands it up on his roof, and that'll be the end of the night. Nicholas Johnston, he has to tow it back into the pits, and even the tow time on that one is going to be ugly, but take a look here. Kenneth Carlson is on pit road. Drew has the front jack underneath it. If you're one of the last cars on the lead lap, or you are the last car on the lead lap, why not take the shot at getting tires here? See if the back end is going to go up in the air. It does not. So it's going to be new front tires for Carlson. He'll make his way back out onto the speedway. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off for him. But he is going to tag in at as the last car on the lead lap in the 8th position. you're not all that far back, may not be the worst call to make. To get a couple of tires, we'll see if he's going to come back in. Get the rears done as well. He does not. Interesting move here, back a little bit in the field. There's Ron Quinzel. He is running the far inside lane. Everybody else running way up against the outside retaining wall. Basically trying to stay off the hot part of the track surface. There you go. Matt Pilas checking in again, saying, I like Carlson's choice for tires. 40-plus lap pressure tires will certainly make a difference. I would tend to think so. Mark Hefner checking in, saying this is Sellers' race at this point. It very well could be, down to a handful of laps left. Pilas agreeing, saying Sellers has it in the bag unless he makes a mistake, which is rare. Calling the shot early, Mark Hefner saying Danny isn't going to dive bomb him. That's one of the interesting things, and Mark was a big help to us a week ago here, and thank you to Matt and Mark for checking in the comments. You get to know the tendencies of the drivers that you're around, and it absolutely makes a difference knowing what they're going to do. Green flag goes back in the air. We're underway on lap number 47. Sellers holds on to the lead. Going to be a 4-car battle for the win and really a 3-car battle for second at the rate it's going. But second, third, and fourth starting to catch up. Carlson able to come around Brian Payne. Well, he's battling with him anyway. We'll pick him up back in the pack here. There's Carlson on the fresh tires. Big wiggle out of Payne. What a save. Bounces it off the outside wall. Huge tumble into one. Oh, tough break for Brian Payne. Got it back on all fours, though. Take a look at the Hot Shoe Race Swear Instant Replay here. Keep your eye on that number 15 machine of Brian Payne. Bounced it off the outside retaining wall. May have also been an issue for Chris Janke as well. We'll take a look here. Contact with the correcting car gets him lodged up in the catch fence, and he has to take the tow back into the pits. This is a big one, and one that you don't typically think about, but fuel is probably more important than tires. Fill it up, put as much weight in the rear as you can. We noticed that in one of the testing servers for the TNT Special Event Series Aero Info Vintage Indy coming up here in the month of April. We're going to have 5 different divisions of cars on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Oval, and one of those is the sprint car. The lighter the rear end of this car gets, the more evil it is to drive. You've already gotten a ton of heat in the tires, so they're not necessarily at their grippiest to begin with, and then you take all the weight off the back end, and they just get incredibly twitchy. So pulling things back up to the front of the field, and here's one of our TNT drivers checking in the comments, Mackenzie Galida. What's up, brother? Hope you are doing all right. To answer Mark's question on how many heat cycles in the tires, I believe this is caution flag number 5. And yeah, you start to put, that's the other thing. We were joking about it on our broadcast of the Tour Modifieds about a week or so ago. It's sort of like drinking a beer. You go cold to warm to cold to warm to cold, and the beer gets all skunky and nasty. Well, that's what these tires are going to do too. So it looks like, I thought we were going to go back to green. Looks like we're going to have one more lap here under the caution flag. So definitely 4 skunked Hoosiers on just about everybody here. Michael Barry checking in, saying the second split just wrapped, had some good racing. Let's see if we can't get you the results of that one here. Field's going to be coming off at turn number 4. Green flag goes back in the air. We're underway here now. 6 laps to go at North Wilkesboro. Ryan Sellers holds on to the race lead. 1 through 4 get away from 5th place, Ron Quinzel. That battle is going to be hot and heavy towards the back here. He has Kenneth Carlson all over the tail tank. Carlson does have those fresher front tires, but it may not make a difference at this point. Just too much distance to try to get to the front. Ryan Sellers holding on to the race lead, putting lap number 52 on the scoreboard. Big dive to the inside by Dan Smith. Covers off the dive bomb line on corner entry. It's going to expose him down the backstretch and into 3. Basically forcing David Kolb to go around him the hard way. Kolb keeps the momentum up. He's gaining ground. He's going to look to the inside in 3. It'll be 2 to go this time by the start-finish line. Ryan Sellers holds on to the race lead. Smith not able to get close enough to make the move. Stanton pushes high through 3 and 4. That's the 4th place running car. Through turns 3 and 4 for the penultimate time. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. And this race absolutely looks to be in the command of Ryan Sellers. Down the back straightaway, through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Off of turn number 4, we are clean and green. Checkered flag in the air. Ryan Sellers picks up the win over Dan Smith, David Kolb, and Jeffrey Stanton. Your top 4 all within just a couple of car lengths of the race win. Get you your race results here before we get to the interviews, as Ryan Sellers going to burn them down on the front straightaway. So there's your race results. Ryan Sellers gets the win over Dan Smith, David Kolb, Jeffrey Stanton, and Ron Quinzel, your top 5. Kenneth Carlson, Joe Adams, and Brian Payne, the 8 cars finishing on the lead lap. Connor Rockwood comes home in the 9th position, 1 lap down. Nicholas Johnston, 10th. 11th to William Guest. 12th, Spencer Steinman, who led the most laps in this one. Made contact with the outside retaining wall, and that was about all she wrote. Jim Vigg, Chris Janke, and Zane Scott are going to round out the field. Starting to see some of the drivers coming in here to the voice chat line here. Hopefully we're able to pick up our race winner here, Ryan Sellers. First, let's bring down our 4th place finisher tonight, Mr. Jeffrey Stanton. And Jeffrey, you had an interesting night, to say the least, here. Tell us a little bit about it and how you were able to keep things up in the top 4. It really was a good run, gaining 3 spots.
I struggled all night. I've had it malfunctioned all race. I had no spotter, race communications, or anything during the race, so I was kind of just winging it. So it got tight on the bottom early, and was just trying to work on the outside a little bit. What I can do is it was just sketchy out there.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. And I couldn't imagine trying to run these cars here without a spotter. That just seems completely insane. Tell us a little bit about how the season has gone for you so far. I mean, you're towards the front of the field in points here, but Ryan Sellers picking up the win tonight in a 2-split event. He's definitely getting out there in front, but currently running third in points. It was a heck of a night for you.
Yeah, it was just good points tonight, just good race in general.
All right, Jeffrey. Well, congratulations on the top 5 finish here. Let's drag you back up and pick up our race winner, Ryan Sellers, joining us here on the National Racing Network. And Ryan, it was a heck of a run. Tell us about the battle first with Spencer and how you were able to come around him.
I started off early, started off slow, and knew there was going to be a tire race with the temperature being as hot as it was. Saw him, started skating around, and just kind of bided my time until he burnt his car up and made a pass on the inside and made it stick.
One of the things that we saw in the comments and kind of talked about on the broadcast a little bit here was how twitchy the cars were getting on the light fuel load late. Was that something you were noticing big in your car, and how do you combat that at a place like North Wilkesboro where you're uphill, downhill, and it seems like twisted up all the time?
Yeah, this place, it's just something about here that it makes it so slick towards the end of the race, and that's kind of where my driving style really helps me out. I like when it's a hot, slick track and low grip, so the low fuel load kind of played into my favor, and as you see, I started gapping people towards the end, so the later in the run I went, the better my car got.
Yeah, and it's a huge points night for you as well. You had a lead of just about 30 points heading into tonight over Spencer. He obviously had his issues. You come out in a 2-split night, and you're definitely going to see your points lead increase for sure.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm glad to see the points finally paying off for me. I know I missed last Tuesday, but raced Thursday and still got the win last week, so my points aren't as bad as they could have been.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. Well, hey, congratulations on the race win tonight. Who would you like to thank?
Leary Construction, Leary Shock Technology, DRR Speedworks, and Rich Foreman Photography.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations on the win once again. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Thanks for broadcasting this every week. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. These are fun. We'll pick up our third place finisher here, David Kolb. David, it seemed like you had a big-time handful late in the race with Jeffrey Stanton, and could you tell that he was having a little bit of a pushing issue and wasn't able to bring a ton of speed down the straightaways?
Yeah, Jeffrey was super quick start of the race, and I was a little bit slower than him. I think he was catching me quite a bit. I thought maybe he just burned off his stuff a tad bit too early there, but he was definitely, pushing me the whole race.
Yeah, we've mentioned now a couple of times here where drivers are in the points, and we've got to go a little bit down the list here to find your name, and this has to be pretty good. I mean, that's a huge points night for you.
Yeah, it was a fun time. I meant to show up last week in these cars, and, I haven't run them in probably a year or two, but, yeah, I mean, they're great fun. I'll definitely be back next week to run them.
All right, bud, looking forward to it, and before we let you go here, anybody you would like to thank?
I just want to thank my buddies in Discord for watching me. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys for doing the broadcast and keeping this series alive. It's so underrated. Such a fun time.
Yes, it is, in a very, very big way. Underrated is the right word to use. So congratulations again, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
So there you go. Got most of the top 3 here. Haven't seen Dan Smith check in yet, but yeah, we had a heck of a night here of sprint car racing, and this one was fun all the way around for sure. One more time, we'll get you your race results. Ryan Sellers getting the win over Dan Smith, David Kolb, Jeffrey Stanton, and Ron Quinzel, your top 5. As we wrap things up, I want to remind you of what we have coming up here on the National Racing Network. And next week, we head to Lanier National Speedway in the sprint cars. That place is going to be a ton of fun. even more bullring-ish than the 5/8 smile here at North Wilkesboro Lanier, a very tight bull ring where the sprint cars are absolutely at home. Then we head up to Stafford Speedway in Connecticut, run by the Arute family for decades, and looking forward to paying a visit to that place in the real world as well, hopefully this season. And then we make our way down to Virginia and Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. That's going to be another one that just absolutely fits these sprint cars to a T. Before we go, we once again want to thank all of the presenting sponsors of tonight's racing, including Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes, Adam, the whole crew do absolutely fantastic work. Your garage, shop, basement, your porch, it don't matter what it is, it will never have looked better than once the folks at Zone Garage are able to get their hands on it, and they can drop your logo, they can put almost anything into the floor of your surface, and it's going to last forever. So make sure you check them out online at Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Also, Hot Shoe Racewear. Check them out online, hotshoeracewear.com. If you need something screen printed, embroidered, sublimated, you name it, Alan and the whole team at Hot Shoe Racewear are absolutely the people to call. Let them know you heard about them right here on the National Racing Network. And the McConey Setup Shop is your home for iRacing setups and the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports, fielding the numbers 46 and 90 in the Coca-Cola iRacing series of Jimmy Mullis and Zach Novak. With everything from the Legends to the Cup cars, they've got you covered. Dirt setups for late models, modifieds, midgets, and wing sprints are available as well. Head on over to McConeySetupShop.com today. You can't beat the best, so don't settle for the rest. With that, it'll wrap up our coverage here tonight from North Wilkesboro Speedway. On behalf of everybody here at the National Racing Network, my name is Chris Graham. It has been an absolute pleasure to have you joining us this evening. We will talk to you soon. Have a great night.
This Independence Day weekend, kick your party off with a bang. DeWeather Center presents the first annual DeWeather Cares Charity Softball Classic, presented by the National Racing Network. The Palmerton Boobies, DeWeather Center Bluecocks, Blue Mountain I-95ers, Pocono Front Platers, Schuylkill County Crackers, Reading Nurses, Catasauqua Blue Tits, and Beltsville Lake Monsters will take the field in Emerald. Find out more on Facebook at DeWeather Center. DeWeather Center, offensively accurate.